During the Civil War era, there were many important things, such as the Emancipation Proclamation and the Gettysburg Address. But one thing that really fascinates me when it comes to the Civil War is the firearms that they had back then. To know that the firearms that they had back then are so much more complicated than the firearms that they are used today is a real discovery. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would it be more complicated? It's only a stick that shoots out a metal ball, and why care about guns anyway? Well, think of it this way. To fire a gun now, all you need to do is pull a trigger. Back then, with guns like the .36 caliber Allen's patent double-action bar hammer pistol, you would have to make the black powder, put it in the barrel of the gun, put a metal ball in the chamber, pull back a small lever, and then pull the trigger. And if you want to do it again, you would have to follow the same steps except for the first step. That is, if you happen to have a lot of black powder. That is also if the gun doesn't blow up in your face. It's true. Some guns that haven't been tested could end up in fatal accidents. But there is another way that these firearms work. For example, the 1873 Winchester saddle ring carbine uses bullets that already contain the black powder in them. All you need to do is load them into a bullet hole, much like this one, and then fire, which is a much safer way to use a gun if you don't want your gun to explode. The reason is that a small pin attached to a spring is launched and hammers the back of the bullet. This action makes a spark, therefore igniting the black powder inside the bullet and sending the bullet out of the chamber. All of these weapons are very powerful in all their attributes. But guns weren't the only thing they had back then during the Civil War. In fact, they had some weapons that we don't even use today, such as blades or axes and hatchets. They also had cannons, another powerful weapon that no one uses today. Most cannons, like this one shown here, worked very similar to the way that old guns worked. You would load the black powder into the back of the barrel, load the cannonball, and push it to the back using a rod. Then, light the fuse, which ignites the black powder, sending the ball sky high. Kind of like this. Fire! But as you can see in this video, the man pulls a string to launch the cannonball. But like in the Civil War, different cannons work in different ways. The same concept goes for guns. Not all guns will work the same, which is what is very unique about some of the weapons in the Civil War. They all have something in their parts that differs them from one another. For instance, look at these two rifles. They both look just about the same, don't they? Well, they may look alike on the outside, but on the inside, their mechanics are completely different from each other. So that's my presentation on the weapons of the Civil War era. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it.